I was about to start getting ready for the day and I realized that I can't because all my stuff is still packed. So, come unpack with me. Okay, so as some of you guys know, I took a trip. I was gone for 10 days with just the kids. We were visiting my sister in Texas. It was a really nice time. Archie had so much fun with his cousins. It was a blast, but I'm the type of person that needs to kind of unpack right away. I don't have like a ton of travel size things, so whatever I'm bringing is usually like my daily stuff, like my makeup, my skincare, my clothes. Obviously, so I have so much to unpack. I have so much laundry I need to do that I didn't have a chance to do before we left because we were just too busy having fun with the kids. So yeah, this video is going to be a little unpack with me, get myself situated in terms of like just emptying out my luggages. I have so much to do this upcoming week, it's not even funny. So I just want to start, it's Sunday today, so I just want to start off my week tomorrow, Monday, fresh, just trying to get my life together, my affairs in line, and my to-do list for the week ironed out, because Archie starts school on the 5th of September, and it is very close to that day now. What's today? It's the 27th of August, so very soon he's going to be starting school. I want to just get myself set up to have as smooth of a week as I possibly can coming into this week now. So unpack with me. Let me know in the comments below if you are a unpacker, like somebody that unpacks right away after vacation, if you wait a little bit, if you wait a month. Like, I know all different types of people. Like me and my sisters, I feel like are all a little different when it comes to like unpacking. I feel like I'm the type that unpacks right away, but I learned that behavior from my husband. He's like super OCD like that. My other sister, I feel like she could probably go without unpacking for like a long time, and then I think my other sister is like somewhere in between that. But anywho, let me stop ranting. Let me show you guys what I do to be efficient and unpack and get myself like organized after a long travel time. And then I'll also be sharing a few of the tips for traveling with little ones. I feel like I talk about this a little bit throughout different videos that I've done, but before this video, I would have posted my carry-on essentials, like what I usually bring in my carry-on luggage to help entertain my kids while we're flying, and I feel like that helps. So definitely, if you haven't watched that video, click back to the video that I posted before this one, which is what I pack in my carry-on luggage, and then I will kind of like chat with you guys on what I do to kind of facilitate my travel time with two kids. Now I have a 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old, and a 7-month-old that I was traveling with this time around. And yeah, it's challenging to travel with little ones, but I have some tips. Alright, so as I unpack, I'm going to make different piles of where things need to go. So anything that needs to go into the dirty clothes hamper, I'm just going to like kind of toss over here in my closet area, and then I'll put it in the basket. Things that belong upstairs, I'm going to make a separate pile for over there, and then things that I just need to put away in my own bedroom, I'm going to like leave up here on my dresser above. So I didn't get a chance to do laundry, like I said, and I was kind of rushing because we had like a full jam-packed day on our last day there. And so I literally just took the clothes hamper of laundry that needed to be done and just threw it in my luggage. So all this clothes needs to be washed. What I did though was I separated my clean clothes by putting the clean clothes in bags. So this is something that just needs to get put away. This is something that needs to go somewhere else. Makeup bag. So my clean clothes ended up in packing cube. So all this stuff is clean. This is like some of the kids' clean clothes. It's not really organized, which I typically try to keep it organized, but it just didn't happen this time. My kids' shoes I'll put over here. This is all my hair stuff that I have. I have my hair tools in here, and then I also have a little bit of like travel stuff, like travel sized things. My kids' books got thrown in here. So I'll put this on the bed. All the stuff that needs to go into the nursery I'll put over here. This bag of clothes has clean clothes that I bought. So I actually did some shopping while I was away. My vitamins, which I need to take. I'll put that up there. I actually did some shopping while I was in the States. If you guys would like to see a shopping haul, I did. Who did I shop for? Oh, I did. I shopped at Target, and then I also shopped Abercrombie. Where else? I did Target, Abercrombie, Hollister, and I think that was mainly most of it. If you guys want to see a shopping haul of what I picked up while I was in the States, then give this video a thumbs up, and I will film that next. So, clean clothes. Put that over there. These are just like my packing cubes slash little like bags that need to get put away, so I'll put that there. My Ray-Bans, my son ripped the leg off, and while I was in the States I went to the Sunglass Hut out there and inquired about what I could do about these, and apparently you can go to any Sunglass Hut. I'll let you know if this is true or not. I haven't tried it, but you can go to any Sunglass Hut and they can order the parts for you. The only caveat is that they come into the store, so it wouldn't have made sense for me to get them fixed in Texas. We have Sunglass Huts here in Puerto Rico, which is great, so I'm going to go to my local Sunglass Hut, have them order the parts. They'll arrive to the store and they will install the new like legs for me at the store. So I'll keep you posted on how that all goes down. So if you have a pair of designer sunglasses that have some sort of defect, whether it be the lens, because my mom has a pair of Michael Kors glasses that got really scratched up. So whatever parts you need, you take it to the Sunglass Hut if you bought them at Sunglass Hut, right? And they can order the parts for you. They just charge you whatever it costs. They send them straight to the store, and then one of the associates at the store will do the repair. So I'll let you guys know again if that does end up working out. This is where I keep my jewelry when I'm traveling, so I'm gonna take that all out. What else? Cup. Put that away. I purchased a big giant bath oil from Avon. So Avon, for whatever reason, I cannot figure out how to get them to ship to Puerto Rico, and this giant container of Skin So Soft bath oil is great for me right now, because this is what I use as an insect repellent. My best friend's mom actually put me on. They come to Puerto Rico all the time, and she says the best thing that she's found that's not like just nasty, sticky, and like has a really terrible taste like some of like the bug sprays that are out there is the Avon Skin So Soft. So I ended up getting myself a giant refill of it. If you sign up for an account on Avon, this giant thing, which is originally like I think $30 or $40, is only 20 bucks. So I'm really happy to have more of this, and this should last me quite a long time. So I will say it does work really nice to repel insects, smells amazing, and it keeps your skin so like J-Lo glowy. So this is so random, but it's great. 10 out of 10 recommend. So I'm happy I stocked up on that. All right, what else do we have in here? All right, that pocket is empty. Oh, some diapers. Put these over here. I feel like, oh, hello. I've got my slippers. These slippers are the best slippers ever. I will only get these slippers because they're just that good. These are the pillow slides. I actually have a discount code for pillow slides if you guys are interested. I have really flat feet. I am always in pain anytime I have to be up on my feet for a long period of time. I wear these around my house all day long. I wear them out. They're just the best. They have a few different styles. They have this style with the buckles. This is their newer one, and they come in different colors too. And then they also have this style, which is just like the regular one. They're amazing, you guys. Like, I've tried so many slippers and none of them help keep my feet comfortable and out of excruciating pain like these pillow slides do. So if you're interested, I will leave my code in the description bar below. Check them out. Totally worth it. More dirty clothes. All right, so that's one luggage emptied out. One more to go. All right. Next up is this main luggage. This is all clean. I picked up a new pair of running slash walking slash hiking shoes. They're by Hoka. So I ordered these Hokas and sent them to my sister's house while I was in Texas, and I love them, you guys. I love this color. It's just like obviously my aesthetic, cream neutral with like this caramel color sole on the bottom. They're so comfortable. They come with just like this regular like stretchy strap that you don't have to tie, and then if you want to switch them out for regular shoelaces, it came with those too. But these are great. I'm obsessed. I love them. So yeah, this is all my clean laundry and clothes that I probably didn't even use. I used most of the things that I've had, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this nice and folded, make it easy to put away. Here are some more of the things that I shopped for or had ordered and got sent to my sister's house in a different video if you guys are interested. My baseball caps. Take these out. Away. There. Okay, so packing cubes all have clean clothes in them. Some of these are mine, some of these are the kids. This one is the kids, this one is mine. So I'll put this stuff over here. There's a mix of clothes in this file. Some of it is the kids, some of it is mine. Put this. What do I want to do? Alright, put this over here. Okay, so I'm pretty much unpacked with the clothes and stuff. Just kind of sorting my piles here. But I wanted to chit chat with you guys about some of my traveling tips. I gotta put all this clothes away and then all these like other items away, like my hair tools and my makeup. But I think that my luggages are emptied out at this point, which is nice. Gotta put this stuff away. But while I put things away, I wanted to tell you guys kind of what I do to make traveling with little ones a little less difficult. Okay, my biggest tip, or one of my main tips, is if your kids like screens, don't be the parent that doesn't want to do screen time. Save yourself the agony. I'm one of those parents that doesn't, or at least I like to limit screen time. Anything goes at the airport. Whatever's going to keep them still, seated, without screaming, crying is what I'm going to do. So I used to pack Archie books and coloring pads and little toys and stuff like that, and that was all great. But right now he's in the age where he's only going to play with that for a really small window of time. So I still do pack it. If your kid likes to color, if they like stickers, do the mess-free markers. Those are perfection when you're traveling. Small little toys that are not too loud because you don't want to be disruptive to the people around you. But your main thing is going to be a good pair of headphones, which Archie doesn't like to wear headphones. So I do have to try to like get away with leaving the iPad the sound on. I just put it very, very low so it doesn't distract anybody around us. But if your kid likes headphones, get yourself a good pair of kid-friendly headphones and load up your iPad with their favorite movies. And that is really how I kept Archie in check. And snacks, tons of snacks. I did applesauce pouches, I did little biscuits that he likes to like munch on, his favorite bag of chips. So iPad with movies and tons of snacks, that is what I do. It's my go-to for my 3.5-year-old right now. That is what works best. When he was younger, I did little toys, I did books, I did mess-free coloring, because that's what he was into. But right now, at the current age that he's in, find whatever it is that your toddler can sit down for a long time to do, and bring that if you can. For us, it's movies, it's iPad, it's educational games, which you can't really play if you're offline, but some airlines let you buy Wi-Fi for like $10. United, if you pay $10, you get to have Wi-Fi. So if that's worth it for you guys, do that. Buy yourself some Wi-Fi so you can do whatever kind of like educational games your kid likes to play or whatnot. I didn't do the Wi-Fi. All I did was whatever he had downloaded on the iPad is what he used, and that worked wonders. Another tip is to pick a time of day, if you can, that is going to reflect a sleep window. So for us, we did a really early flight, so that means we were up super early. By the time we were on the plane, he was super tired, and he ended up sleeping for more than half of the trip, which was great. If you can do that, if you can do red eyes, if you can do middle of the night flights, I find that that works really good for my kids, is to have them flying whenever they would have been sleeping, and then they'll usually sleep, and that's done wonders. Next up, a tip for your baby. If you have a nursing baby or even a bottle fed baby, try to save their feeding windows for takeoff times. So Scotty nurses, and whenever we were getting ready to take off and she was starting to get a little fussy, what I did was I opted to nurse her during takeoff, and that really helped distract her from the like change in altitude. It can like make your ears pop and stuff, and that can make your baby really fussy and sad and uncomfortable. That has not been the case for my two kids. I feel like Archie didn't really get too crazy on me whenever we were like taking off and landing, and he's been flying since he was about 14 months. Scotty actually started flying a lot earlier than Archie. Archie is a pandemic baby, so there wasn't much traveling going on in that first year for sure, but his first time he was on a flight, he was about 14 months old, and he's traveled a lot since. And I never really found that he was very bothered or affected by the change in altitude, but I have heard that that does bug other babies. So to prevent that, or to counteract that, nurse your baby, give them a bottle at takeoff, and that'll just honestly help them be soothed enough to kind of fall asleep. Scotty fell asleep, not for very long actually. She's definitely not as chill of a flyer as Archie was, I will say that, but she wasn't terrible either. And I felt like making the feeding window around takeoff and around landing had a lot to do with it. So if I could recommend something, it would be give your baby their bottle during takeoff, or nurse them during takeoff, because that was really helpful. And also bring them snacks if they're at the eating age, which Scotty is kind of dabbling in some different types of foods right now. Give them their little baby biscuits, their little applesauce pouches, whatever you're kind of feeding them. If you can get away with packing some of that, offer it midway during your flight too, because again, it's just like another way of kind of keeping that baby less fidgety, less distracted. Pack some toys if you can for them. It's kind of harder with the babies, believe it or not, than it is, I feel like, with the toddlers. At least in my experience, it's been that way. Scotty is a wiggle worm right now. She doesn't sit still, so tons of nursing, even if she didn't want to nurse. Or not that she didn't want to, even if it wasn't like a feeding window, I just offered it because it helped keep her still, it helped keep her distracted. And that's really all you can do for the babies, at least that's my experience, is again, try to feed them, nurse them in that takeoff landing time frame, and then sometime in the middle of your flight. Okay, last tip, and this might be my favorite tip of all, board last. The airlines, some of them, are going to allow families with little ones to board at the beginning of the boarding process. Don't do it to yourself. I've done it now twice. where I go against my gut and I will board when they board the families early, and I regret it each time. I did it this time around on my way home, and I was like, nope, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not boarding in the beginning, and I'll tell you why. The boarding process takes a long time. It could take up to 40 minutes to board that whole flight. So why would you want to put yourself on an enclosed aircraft where your kids can't run around, release any extra energy? Once you're in the plane and seated, you will be on that plane and seated the entire trip until you land, however long that looks like for you. So don't add to the amount of time that your kids have to be still and seated. The flight that I was on ended up kind of having a delay after we were already boarded, because they were like waiting in line to take off. So they were like ninth in line, which made us be boarded, ready to go, an entire hour before we were even in the air. Now, if I had not boarded first and I had just boarded at the very end when they called the last group, then I would have only been on that flight for an extra maybe 30 minutes versus an entire hour that I was boarded before we even took off. Does that make any sense? Now, the other thing about boarding in the beginning that doesn't make sense to me is that in the beginning, everyone's still boarding. So even if they're giving you like a 5-second extra window to board early, everyone is also going to be boarding. They're going to board group 1, 2, 3. They're doing that like super back to back. So while you think you're getting all this extra time to sit down and get yourself adjusted before the other passengers board, you're not, because the moment that they're done boarding you, they're boarding the next group, and everyone is just like hightailing it into that aircraft, and you don't have time to get yourself situated. It's honestly less relaxing to do it at the beginning than it is at the end, once everybody's already been seated and there's not a ton of people in the aisle trying to get themselves situated and adjusted into their seats. If you wait at the end, most of the people are already boarded, they're already seated, they're already fine, and you can take your time with your little ones getting onto the plane, like not at the very, very end, but like in that last group of people. And I promise you it'll be a lot less stressful. But the big one is that you'll be in the aircraft for less time than anybody else who boarded first, because that boarding process is eternal. It literally takes 40 minutes for them to shut the doors and get going. So save yourself an additional 40 minutes of being on the aircraft by boarding at the end. Alright guys, I am all unpacked. My luggages are completely empty. They're right here, ready to get put away in the closet. So, successful unpack day. Now I'm gonna head to the beach. We're gonna have an afternoon beach day, watch the sunset, go get some food. It's gonna be a beautiful rest of my Sunday here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, unpacking with me, and a few of those travel tips that I gave you guys on the end. Let me know if any of them work out for you guys. Have fun traveling with your little ones, guys. It's not as bad as it might seem. Good luck. See you on the next one.